Kara Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Brakatahu 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 the water above called Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth, which we know is 100% truth. True word of our Lord. Yahweh being the Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son, our Redeemer. Just keeping up with world events, things that's going on in the world, man. We're so close to the end that you can taste it, you can smell it in the air, man. We almost home, and we don't know the date or the time, but we know that we're close. And how do we know? Because prophecy is lining up, man. It's lining up with these end times, with the worldly events that's going on, and he has put himself in the trick bag, talking about mainly the Babylonians here in Babylon the Great, you know, with his world domination and the power, thinking that he can go through the whole world and just please the whole world and just take their resources and their land. Well, the Lord has used that to set him up as a trap. And I think the great sending a bunch of Marines down there to the Strait of Hormuz, man. And one thing you notice about that landscape in that area and topography is one of the major points in warfare that's very important. The way they say Iran is set up, especially in that area. Let me pull it up real quick, ChatGPT. I was reading it the other day, and they said the Strait of Hormuz, and the Lord set it up that way so everything had to go through there. That would affect the economy, that the oil, fertilizers. Shit, this straight. Because there's a lot of mountain regions on that area, and so Iran is able to duck off in those mountains and set up their missile silos and things to go through there. So when it was announced that they're going to send troops in, Iran top officials said, "Send them in. We've been waiting." So you know, kind of reminds you of the battle of Little Bighorn Custer. Going in there thinking that he can easily take over the Northern Kingdom forces because he has superior firepower, but not realizing the land and the amount of natives that was there. Tribes that were there. They all combined together, and they able to annihilate Custer in the Battle of Little Bighorn. This kind of reminds you of the same scenario, man. Lord is setting it up. And if you look at a map of that area, see how it is like a little tip, and up in that area you have to go through there, man. It's like you walk through an alleyway or a cut. You have to be on all alert because that's a place for bandits to jump out and to attack you. And that's a perfect point, man. You don't want to get caught up in there. But with his arrogancy and his pride, especially people that we have right now running the country, there's no wisdom there. They refuse. It's really run off a lot of good old boy network. You my buddy, you looked out for me, pretty much yes man. They put them in these positions, and there's no wisdom, man. And there's a whole bunch of pride and arrogancy that's filling the place of wisdom, and they're not making wise choices, man. And a lot of people are going to lose their lives. A lot of military forces, our men or men of Babylon, are going to lose their lives in that area. They're going to be drawn in there. And like I said, this is all a big setup from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to bring in the Battle of Armageddon, man, because all these other nations are eventually going to converge, and they're all going to turn on the whore. has been prophesied in the Bible. And I was, they talking about going. There may be a draft coming here real soon. Talking about drafting these kids for this war, man. And because once they bring the draft up, it's going to be a lot of people that's not really for this war. Especially with social media information that's getting out. People saying that it's really a no-win situation, and they fighting. They're doing it for the small hats over there. So people really not feeling this war, and they're gonna try to bring on some type of orchestrated event to increase the morale, to try to push people to go in there. It might be even by sacrificing troops. We don't know. But with this administration, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible, especially with Esau Edom, man. Like I said, it's no honor amongst thieves. They don't give a damn. You don't give a damn about what's going about their people. All they care about is death, murder, and robbing and stealing, man. So I'm gonna hit some precepts real quick. But I was watching this one documentary. It's been a while back. I can't find it now. But it was a CIA agent wife that was explaining about her husband about the CIA. You know, and she noticed, a lot of their recruitment and people that they put in those positions, especially these special forces units, that they prefer men that come from a broken family, man, where their mother is head of the household to for those positions, because she was saying the CIA thinking was that they can easily manipulate those men, and that's the same recruitment that they use also for these gangs, the Bloods and the Crips, the Vice Lords, and all these other um, gangs that's really at the end of the day they ran by Esau Edom. But that's one of their recruiting practice. They recruit out of these broken communities, man, where there's no father in the household. The kids are easily they say they're easily to manipulate, and that's what they put in these special unit forces that in the military as well. And so they great sending the Marines, down there, and it may not be a good look. And one thing about these oligarchs at the top, they don't care. They want to see chaos at the end of the day, because with chaos, they can bring in more of a draconian order. Either way, they're going to win out. The only thing Trump and them, they just, proxies, man. They're being used. They've been used to push the agendas of the major elites. Trump and them, they're low level elites, man. So let me see. So there's no honor among thieves. Micah, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is a power in their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses they take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And we see what they've done over here in the Western Hemisphere, with all the way down in the South Americas and to the islands, what they've done to the inhabitants there, man. They come in there and they take the land, they steal the resources, they put a puppet government in, a puppet official to run their government, and the people suffer. People are oppressed because of it. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy the brightness of his coming. And how does he destroy him with the spirit of his mouth? Is through the prophets of the Lord, man, that's preaching the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And it condemns, it cuts these devils, man. Let me see. And that's what he uses, man. He uses deception to trick the people. And a lot of these Edomites, man, they still believe in Trump. And a lot of us is through their pride and arrogancy is why they still riding with them, man. Until their sons and daughters go over there and die in the war for attrition, man. To do the willing of those small hats that don't give a damn about no Edomites. In which those small hats are Edomites, but they see themselves as being better than these lower class Edomites. The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. And one thing you see about this administration, they're lies. They do a whole lot of lying, man. A whole lot of trickery. The poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but the war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were there drawn swords, man. So he's telling them a smooth thing. We got this under control. We're going to take this and control it. Those are the bad guys. We are the good guys, and they have to be put down. And they dress it up. They make it look real good, but the world is seeing this devil for who he really is, man. He's being exposed right now. Luke chapter 12, verse 2, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which have been spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon housetops. And how is it being proclaimed upon housetops? The men of the Lord, man, since way back since Abba Vivens and them, been preaching this truth, man. They've been exposing these devils, calling them out for who they are, calling out these ruling banking families and what their agendas were. At the end of the day, man, this word is going out on the housetops, on the highways and byways, over the internet. And truth is being exposed, exposing the devils for who they are. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, for when they shall say of peace and safety, the sudden destruction cometh upon them. So don't believe it not, man. They're telling you that this thing was supposed to be over in a couple of days. Now they say in a couple of weeks. So you can't believe shit these devils talking about, man. Really, they don't even know what the hell going on. They just giving the Babylonian people a great show, man. And people don't know what the hell to believe now, especially with the E-files coming out. They throwing a lot of stuff out there to try to do, try to distract from the truth of those files, man. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, also is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. And one thing the Iranians have learned, they can't trust Esau Edom, because every time in the middle of negotiations, what they do, they come over there and they make a strike to decapitate them, man. Right in the middle of negotiations. Oh, peace, peace. We trying to talk peace, and they go over there and attack them. So Iranians say, fuck that. Fuck your bringing this thing to an end, because we can't trust you. And now these other nations of the world starting to see they can't believe a word from Esau Edom. Those so-called Arab countries that were relying on their sword to keep them protected, they see they don't give a damn about them, because they're pulling their military hardware and sending back over to them small hat land. And they say the hell with you Arabs, man. But yeah, it's a beautiful time to be in. We're seeing these scriptures being fulfilled. We're seeing this truth is manifesting, man, and the word is going out. These devils are being exposed, and right now, he is trapped in the corner. When she put a rat in the corner, and no telling what the hell he might do. He might even just turn on himself and everything else, man. You see a lot of shit that they doing, man, is like comical, man. It's like a circus. And it's supposed to be a ruling government, the strongest nation in the world, and you see it like a clown show right now. They got all types of celebrities involved and these influencers and anything they can do to keep the people entertained while they go about their business of destroying the world, man. Destroying you Jakes mainly. Cause really, at the end of the day, they want you Jakes out of the way. You so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But Lord will, the elect, this message goes out to the elect, Lord will, that I am of the elect and be able to endure. With that, we say shalom.